Hey everybody, Striker here, and we are in a modded world today. This is all of Fabric 5. So let's jump in and get started with this episode 0. Right, so on this board here, I have a few different mods that I want to go through. This obviously is not all of the mods within this mod pack, since if we wanted to look at all of them, there are 305 mods in here. That's an awful lot, and there's no way I could keep this video short if I talked about all of them. First up, we have Applied Energistics 2, and this is a mod that is in a lot of mod packs, and for good reason. It lets you create lots of neat little things. It's like right here, you got like an ME terminal with your ME controller, and you have all sorts of ME drives in here. And it creates a nice little storage area for you. So once we get going in the survival world, this is one of the first things I want to put together. Obviously, we won't have the creative energy cell. Next up is Arcanus, which puts lots of different books throughout the world and gives you some pretty neat spells that you can cast. We also have artifacts, which give lots of neat little trinkets that you can wear. So for example, this one is the Superstitious Hat, which I believe ups your luck. Let's take, oh, I broke it. Let's see if we can find that again. Superstitious Hat, there we go. So this gives an extra level of looting, which is pretty neat. We also have Bewitchment, which adds a lot of other pretty neat things. It adds some new brewing, it adds some demons that you can trade with and create different pledges with. We've got Botania, which is always an interesting one because it's kind of a magic mod, but it's also kind of a tech mod. We have Create. Create has been very popular recently. It's very much a tech mod with lots of different moving gadgets. We have Croptopia, which will add lots and lots of different crops to the world and lots of different things that we can craft to eat. We have Echancement, which will completely overhaul the way we enchant all of our different tools. We have Waystones. So Waystones I love because these make getting around the world so much easier, especially when we play with other players in a multiplayer world, which we will be doing for this season. We have the Feed the Beast quests, and there's a pretty well put together quest book for this mod pack. We also have Feed the Beast Ultimine, so we can look at that if we go around the world with whatever proper tool. Obviously, I'm not holding a pick right now and we're in creative mode, but if we do that, we can just destroy a whole area here. So that's pretty convenient. Next up is Industrial Revolution, and that kind of gives like very much Tech It throwback feels. It's very much another tech mod. Next up is the Kibe mod, which will give us things such as Cursed Dirt, which improves mob spawning rates, big torches, which completely block mob spawning, elevators, vacuum hoppers, and so much more. We also have Lootr, which is just kind of random loot in chests throughout the world, and they're all instanced. So since we're playing multiplayer, each person is able to get loot from the chest without having to worry about taking it from somebody else. We also have the Magitek Mechs, and that's what we got over here. This is one that I'm not necessarily interested in so much, but maybe we'll craft one up just to see how well they do. Okay, next up we have Modern Industrialization. This mod is all about automating everything. We also have Mythical Mounts, so these ones are actually pretty cool. So there are lots of different mounts that you'll find throughout the world, and you can tame them and you can ride them. So that's pretty cool. I really hope I can find a dragon at some point because I definitely want to fly a dragon around. That would be awesome. We also have probably chests. So along with Lootr, we'll have other chests throughout the world, and sometimes they're not a chest, sometimes they're a mimic. That will be interesting to run into. I'm not a big Mimic fan, so good luck to me. Okay, next up we have Spectrum, which adds all sorts of new blocks, fluids, a few different magical items. We got lots of new decoration blocks. I think there's even a few enchantments that it adds. And we'll see a few different things that spawn throughout the world. I think geodes they added a new different type of like geodes, so we don't have just amethyst geodes anymore. So we'll see some of those as we play throughout the world. Next we've got Tech Reborn, which is another massive tech mod, which adds in all sorts of automation. And we'll probably be getting deeply involved into that too, just because I love all of the tech side. So we'll be touching a lot of the tech ones. We also have Terrarian Slimes. So this adds a bunch of random slimes throughout the world. I think I actually saw one over here just a second ago. Yeah, here's one. So here we have a sand slime. And if you kill them, maybe, this has a lot more health than I thought it would have. It'll drop some sort of gel depending on the color of the slime. And all these different gels can actually be turned right into slime balls. Not sure if there's any other crafting recipes. We can actually take a look here real quick. Oh, interesting. So sand gel can be turned into torches. Looks like there's grenades added with Terrarian Slimes too. Interesting. So, oh, these make a sand slime ball, so not a normal slime ball. We'll probably have to find green slimes to make a normal green slime ball. The Graveyard, which adds a few structures throughout the world, and I believe there are a few different bosses this adds as well that we can summon. So if we're really looking for a challenge one of these days, we can try and tackle some of those bosses. The guild mod adds a bunch of different quests and structures throughout the world. So if you find like a guild hall, there will be a guild table of some sort, I believe, that will give us different quests that we can do. They also have the Twilight Forest, which is a completely massive mod. It adds an entirely new dimension, and that could probably be an entire series all on its own with how big this mod actually is. And then because we are not immune to death, we have You're in Grave Danger. So every time we die, it'll spawn a nice little gravestone that'll hold all of our items for us and a little bit of our XP. That way we're not losing items all the time, and it'll be a little bit more convenient to get our stuff back. Because we have 300 plus mods in here, and we're going to end up with a lot of stuff. So now, it is time to go head into the survival world, and maybe we'll meet some of our friends along the way. See you in the next episode.